The main emotion, the main feeling, one of the main feelings I have after I've removed myself from the negative situations, from friendships, relationships, after I started loving myself fully, wholly, the main emotion I have now, reading my journals, reading what my friends were saying, were doing, how I was feeling, how I never had any support. No one had my back. No one ever had my back, ever. I can say that guaranteed, like 100%. It's anger. I feel angry. I feel, oh, how did you allow this? How could you not see it? And it's more pronounced because sometimes now, like when I had that phone call from my old friend to invite me at her wedding, and she, out of the blue, asked if how much money I make. And you know, that was so indicative of how our friendship was. It was those little things that I was just brushing away. I was just, oh no, that's fine. It's just, friendships. That's what friends. She's, of course, is my friend. She should know. No, do I ask about those things? I don't even care. How much money you make? And that's just a tiny little example because I started, remembering all the stuff she did to me, and I was just seeing her as my best friend. And again, I was gaslighting myself because I was telling me, I was saying out loud, "You're my best friend." I feel so stupid. You're my best friend. And all she would say, "Oh, my bestie, my bestie." And I feel, I'm gonna say used, because we sort of like met after she came to one of my gigs when I was doing music, when I was playing, when I was doing those little gigs. And she started, like, she came after, she was like, "Oh, you're really good." And, did she say you're really good? I don't know. And then we started like hanging out because I was living in that city I was playing. So that's how we became friends. I introduced her to so many people. She met partners as well from my sort of group. And I confided in that girl, a lot. I told her a lot of stuff. And I literally opened my heart. And then I stopped because I didn't want to be a burden. I was just the cool, the cool, fun friend. I just wanted to keep that reputation. I just wanted to be the fun friend. And to my defense, I did have the, if you want a good time on a Wednesday night, you call me, and yeah. And I remember telling her some personal stuff, and then she remembered that. She remembered the personal stuff. She remembered the bad personal stuff, sort of what I was going through. And I just said something about, when I was feeling down. And she remembered that for years, even after I got out of that. It was just going through a breakup and I was not feeling well. She remembered that, and she kept repeating that after years, saying, "Oh, I'm glad you don't have that anymore. I'm glad you don't." Patronizing me. And I was like, that was 10 years ago. What are you talking about? But the good things she would never remember. She wouldn't. And sort of the things I achieved, the things I did. And I would tell her. And every time I would get it again, every time I would get a promotion and I would tell her, I got a promotion or whatever, something like that. How much money? Instead of saying like, well done, congratulations, you deserve that, you work so hard. How amazing, you've done everything by yourself. You've achieved everything by yourself. How much money are you making? How much is your rent? What? And like an idiot, I would just tell her. Again, I've no idea how much she earns because I'm not interested in that. And yeah, I feel a bit used. And even, again, reading my journals and I just seeing the things he would say. I remember I had a date once and I took him to V&A, Victoria and Albert Museum. I'm into art. I'm a creative person. It's so obvious I'm doing photography, I'm doing music, I'm into art. I speak about art all the time, well, to whoever is interested. And anyway, I told her I'm taking him to V&A for what was it, like a drawing course. How cool is that? Fun, right? Anyway, and she went. I told her. She said that sounds so much fun. He arranged it. He made that arrangement. Was that he suggested that, didn't he? I'm like, have we just met? Hi, my name is Joe. Don't you fucking know me? It's sort of like, oh, he arranged it. Oh yeah, I don't remember how she said it, but it sounded like he made all that. It was his idea. Like, I don't know, little things. I was just trying to remember more, and I was just getting wound up and angry. You're not prepared for the anger when you finally realize what you've been tolerating. Honestly, I would call her best friend. And it's just so, I would say the best things about this girl. Honestly, I would die for this girl. I would like, what an amazing person. The world is so much better because she exists. I feel like a fool. All she wanted was to use me as a friend. And I remember when she was seeing someone and they arranged to go to the US for a road trip. And then all of a sudden they invited me too. I knew they were going, they were about to just go. And they invited me. And I was thinking, okay, that doesn't sound good. Why are they inviting me? And she said that they wanted me to go with them because the relationship was at the end was like they were drifting apart. They just wanted me as a distraction, like just so they don't argue. She literally said that. They wanted me there so they wouldn't argue. It's a distraction, not me as a friend. We want you there, Joe, because you're fun, you're cool. Anyway, they ended up breaking up and I ended up going to that trip with her. Again, she booked that trip, so who am I gonna say to go with me? Joe. Angry. Why would I? Because no one else would say, I was so naive, and no one else would say, what are you doing? What are you doing? Why are you tolerating that? People tolerate and just normalize tolerating things. People normalize tolerating things and calling it friendship. I'm not saying there's no friendships out there, like amazing and beautiful. I'm not saying that. But pick up the clues. They're giving you clues. And to be completely honest, back then I didn't want to say, first of all, I did not see it at all. I did not compute. I did not comprehend what was happening to me. I did not like it, but I would just, go with it because friendships, But I was tolerating that. I knew I did not like it. I was tolerating it. But I didn't want to do anything because I didn't want to be alone. And again, ta-da! You don't have to tolerate anything. Try being by yourself for a little while. And I can promise you it's a beautiful thing. You can make it a beautiful thing. It's all here. And thank you for watching. Thank you for commenting. Sorry for ranting. Have an amazing day.